Football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the 15-year veteran Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers as they take on Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Nightfall in Minneapolis in December usually spells freezing temps, and that is precisely the case outside these walls. But we are a comfortable 72 degrees inside U.S. Bank Stadium. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. From up top, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles Davis, as always, with me as well. And CD, defenses better be on their toes in this one because we got two quarterbacks who love to throw the football, and they throw it very well.
Over 4,000 yards each in the previous season. So what you're saying is, if you're a defender, I hope you're prepared properly. Hydrated, stretched, be on your toes, as you said, because the ball's coming your way.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 69 yards.
And a rushing title's definitely within sight, so the excitement on the offensive side of the football, I mean, they're bouncing off the walls wanting to get out there. But they also understand that they're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch because they don't want it to happen at their expense.
Now they'll run it on the toss. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. Now a handoff looking right. He'll have a first down past the 40. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be taken down at the 34. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 26. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Gun. No chance. Hey, Delta.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's doing his thing. He's got some good yardage, but his team right now in the second quarter, 0 points.
Just not a complete formula. Half of it's there, being able to run the ball and set the tone. What if they may have to go to some play action, throw off the run game, and try and get the ball in the end zone?
I was just going to ask you that same thing. Maybe you use that run now to set up the pass, right?
I would think so because the run has been very effective for them. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
42's mark, 42's mark. Hey, exit.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
On 2nd down, Cousins again. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kyle Rudolph. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
We got three, fellas, we got 3.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Hey, Mike's 42, Mike's 42.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
Mike 42, Mike 42.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play.
for Mike. Silver.
First down. Here's Cousins. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 41 yards.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into first down and then some. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. 34 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Off the play fake, Cousins. He finds Taylor, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now Cousins. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Play fake, Cousins. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
Complete to number 7.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4.
Mike 51, Mike.
3rd and short yardage. Cousins looking for his running back, and he's got it. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 23.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Cousins on first down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Gun. You got motion man. You got motion man right there.
To the air again, it's Cousins. That's caught at the 2. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here, back to the 2. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. Throwing again on second down. Cousins, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got...
Mike behind. That's a screen. Pass.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Gun.
Mike 42. Crunch time, defense. 42.
Gun.
Check pass. Check pass. Mike 42.
Following the interception, Cousins. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Cousins to throw it. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Adrian Amos with a pick. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown.
Pick six, baby. Let's get this. All.
Change that channel.
Mike 50, huh? Here we go, here we go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Minnesota, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week.